Go.
Hi everyone. I truly wish I could be there with you tonight, but we're in the middle of our busiest advising season here at the University of Nevada, Reno, and I just couldn't take the time off. I'm happy to talk to you. As a founding member of APASA, just know that there are so many people who played such a significant role in the growth and development of the organization, and I wish I had the time to actually detail every moment of everyone's contributions here. Just know that I did go a little bit over in the video presentation only because I want to do due diligence to my friends and my colleagues who put so much time into the organization. And to simplify and edit the APA experience would only take us back another 25 years. I hope the video presentation serves as an inspiration for all of you, as well as a starting point for ongoing discussion. Thank you so much for allowing me to share the beginnings of APASA's history with you.
So let's put everything in context and go back to the spring of 1991. As you know, history is about the circumstances that happens to you at a particular moment in time. And this dictates the type of experience you'll have. 25 years ago, Asian and Pacific American students made up less than 7% of the total student population. And for many of us, attending St. Mary's was a vastly different environment from the communities we came from. We like to think that APASA began here in the library, 6 of us sitting around the table by the entrance sharing our stories. I was the oldest one in the group, and I was asked to consider taking the club's lead, but because I was graduating, we all agreed that Gerald Balgos would be our interim president, with Tony Magtoto as his interim VP. Christine DeFontorum would serve as our interim secretary, and Gary Ayers, an accounting major, would naturally be our interim treasurer. Mark Lessing was also graduating, but he would be our sergeant of arms for the time that he was there. I was the club's liaison and student recipient of an Irvine grant, giving me the opportunity to work in admissions as a minority recruiter. All of us were Pacific Islander descent, so we decided to name the club the Pacific Islanders Club, and we held our first meeting in Delphine Lounge in the fall. It was tough being a student of color at St. Mary's. Campus security would follow us in after we drove past the gate, and we would actually have administrators telling us that we didn't belong there. At that time, the college was very fortunate to have the Office of Academic Advising and Special Programs. This department, supervised by Dean Tom Brown, understood our experiences. Asian American students were stereotyped as the model minority student, so there was no program to support our academic needs, nor was there a student association giving any representation of our existence. In the fall, I started my graduate program in industrial organizational psychology, and Dean Brown took me under his wings. With his support, I conducted a needs assessment of the Asian Pacific American students' experience. 5 emergent themes were revealed, with a disconcerting score given to each area. Campus climate and administration support were the 2 areas of greatest concern. PIC quickly moved beyond its social focus, and by the 3rd year of its existence, its president, Melanie Austria, a political hardliner, changed the club's name to Filipino Asian American Students Coalition to tackle the diversity concerns on campus, while unabashedly turning away any member who fell short of her convictions. A year later, the Filipino from the club's name was dropped, and our new president, Mario Baduin, won the hearts of many followers with his charm and charisma. Broadening our membership was a key priority. In 1994, we initiated our first Asian American Students Welcome Reception, co-sponsored by Dean Brown's office. It's important to note that the relationship between his office and the club's existence was inextricably linked in purpose and mission. Without the office's support, funding of our events would not have existed. The club worked together with the office to gain the administration's approval to institutionalize the Asian American Students Program. Tang Wen's leadership was purposeful, and I was hired on to serve as the APA coordinator, where I joined SMC's legendary staff. It was a problem not having enough faculty or staff of color to support us, and their mass exodus in the summer of 1997, including Dean Brown's, led APASA, BSU, and AMECHA to protest. And with the retirement of Brother Mill Anderson and the appointment of Brother Craig Franz, SMC loomed with anticipated anxiety. In the wake of unsettling changes, Kim Wesolowski remained resolute in moving APASA to its greatness. I would take on the dean's position, but not before I negotiated the hires of Brian Stanley, Dr. Russ Arias, and Kim to assume the Black, Hispanic, and Asian American students' office vacancies. And with Kim in the position as our APA coordinator, APASA grew strong in purpose and direction. We had the SMC community eager to attend APASA's annual dinner and the Bay Area theater events. Our ACNs commanded a standing room audience every single year. And we would already come up with our theme for the next year, and we would diligently practice at least 6 months ahead of time to showcase our talents and our culture. Dinner was definitely the icing on the cake. Our welcome receptions included some of the Bay Area's hottest API performers like Kai and the Candy Girls, and the administration weren't shy about singing along or performing. We brought touch to campus, and their message of harmony and healing inspired us all. We also brought Here and Now to campus to give us some light and laughter about our API history. We ramped up our annual Officers Leadership Retreat, and we packed our 5-day itinerary with a review of our Constitution. We worked so hard. We would discuss the importance of history, of group development, and building inclusion. And we would work through conflict and create a win-win environment for all. Passing on our knowledge as well as our mistakes were important. And we all knew that exceptional teamwork was critical in creating a nurturing environment for our future API students. This was the goal that we, the founding members, wished for all of you here tonight. And we certainly came a very long way. Each APASA leadership team held high expectations of themselves, and they made sure to pass the baton on to others to exceed their own accomplishments. We had so much to celebrate about, along with our own graduation. But the backbone of APASA's strength lay with so many individuals beyond the ones mentioned here. Many thanks go out to APASA's executive leadership team. Thank you also to Brother Dom Baradelli and Brother Michael Avila, our mentors and our wise advisors. Many thanks also to Bob Gardner for his generosity of his time and his energy. A huge thank you to Brother Michael Meister, my boss and AVP of Academic Affairs, for his continued support. APASA is also grateful for Auntie Brenda for extending the aloha spirit to everyone. And I personally want to thank all the past presidents and the administrative teams that I have had the pleasure to work with. Most of all, thank you, Kim, for your partnership and camaraderie. APASA members, just know that you come from a long line of very distinguished and accomplished leaders who have used their space to lead, to advocate, to create meaningful dialogue and sustainable changes to SMC. Here's to another 25 years.